Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Wow, thank you for copying me. So I thought today we would talk about something a bit more exciting than Sophia's opening gum line.
It's still
I
not
thought
fully
we'd talk
closed,
about.
thank you.
Well, sidetrack. But I thought we'd talk about some of our favorite games that we've enjoyed since, quarantine and lockdown have started last year.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I really have to give thanks to Animal Crossing because that literally debuted, like it was released when the lockdown
Which
started.
is true, which it took me so long to get a Nintendo Switch because it was
Because
just
it's sold
sold
out
out everywhere.
everywhere.
I had to wait 2 months.
Yeah, I know. Like, I remember I had the Switch from the year before that. But I remember, so Animal Crossing was the only game I bought, like, pre order, so before it even came out. And I was too eager to get it, so I didn't even get it in the hard copy. I just got it on the digital form on the
Yeah.
Switch. And that has saved my mentality so much over lockdown. Because it's such a cute game. Like, I've played Animal Crossing since it came out on the Nintendo DS.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played it for a really long time. Like, I've skipped the generations in between because I didn't have the consoles it came out in. Like, I had the Wii, but I didn't have it on the game on the Wii. So I've had Animal Crossing on the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo 3DS, and Pocket Camp, but that doesn't really
Yeah.
count. And then the Switch. So I've had experience with it like all the way from the beginning. And just because that game has a routine, I think that's what helped the most in lockdown. Because once you're in lockdown, you lose your routine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go to class anymore. I don't go to lab anymore. So it was something that was like completely lost. And I kind of felt like, what do I do with all this time?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yes, I can be working, but you don't know what to work on because usually you'd work on stuff like in class or in lab, but I don't have that environment anymore.
Yeah.
So what can I do? So Animal Crossing kind of gave that routine back. Like, oh, I have to go in, to check my turnip prices. Oh, I have to go in every day and give my villagers gifts and, find all the fossils that are hidden on my island and go fishing and, fill up the museum. Like, it gave a sense of routine. And I think it's literally not only me, but a lot of people found it beneficial because they had some sort of routine
It is quite
when lockdown
comforting
started.
that you have, even though just staying at home is like the new norm, that you were able to do something every day, same thing, and it just makes you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, like the thing is also, I'm pretty sure because of the lockdown, the Nintendo online sales went up really, really high
Yeah.
because people weren't able to do local connections anymore because you can't meet people. So also when Sophia first got the game, that was I think first time in a while where we would talk for long periods of time and just play Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Because Sophia got hers like
Like
a month or a
two
month and a
months
half like after the
after.
game came out. Yeah, the game came out.
Yeah, so I was like, Sally helped like catch me up to everything.
Yes, I was her sponsor. I would come to her island and drop off like 5, 6 stacks of all the woods, the iron, the stone she needed, to open Nook's cranny. Like it really I can't thank that game enough.
I think if Sally didn't help me, I wouldn't have played the game because the first part is just the thing is the first part is so tedious and it takes such a long
It's
time.
tedious.
If you're really not
So
invested
the
in the
thing,
game, you're like going to be sad.
yeah. So the initial beginning, when it first came out, like everyone was helping each other out. So what I mean by it is the fastest way you can make money in Animal Crossing is through stonks. So they have this set of like the stock system in the game. So every Sunday, this little what is it she's like a hog, Daisy May. She comes to your island selling turnips. So she'll sell turnips around 90 bells, which is like the in-game currency, to around like 110, and she'll sell it for like a certain price. You can buy how many you want, And you can go to your specific store on your island and check the prices that they will buy those turnips off of you from. So if you bought your turnips for pretend 100 bells, you want to sell them at a price that's higher than 100 so you make some sort of profit.
Yeah.
But you're not guaranteed to have a price that's higher than what you bought. It can actually have a decreasing trend line where it just plummets all the way down the week.
Yeah.
So what you could do was go online and find people who had buying prices of turnips for like 500 bells, 600 bells, and you could go there and make like maybe 2-3 million bells like in a week. So that was like the fastest way you could earn money. Money is fine, but the resources when you first start collecting the stones and the iron and the clay, they're so limited because you can only get them from the rocks on your island, and you only have like what, 6 rocks?
Yeah, and it's limited to how much you can collect per day. So it's a bit more difficult.
So I was very adamant believer of time traveling when the game first came out, because I was really adamant about getting the museum in and the stores in right away.
Yeah.
But to do that, you had to get all the materials, which was something that took the longest. So when Sophia first started, I know what you needed to kind of start off the game.
Yeah.
So I was able to give her the materials to get her off the ground. But I had to do that on my own, and I think that was a really fun grind that I had to do.
Yeah, because Sally was at home and she couldn't work, but like I still had to go to work. So I wasn't, because I technically what hospitality industry is, it still counts as like an essential service. So we still have to go to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I was no longer essential.
So because Sally helps me, it helped me a lot, like trying to catch up with everyone and like to get to the point where I could be kind of much help. If you look at Sally's TikTok for Animal Crossing, you'd see that she recently like restarted her island. So I've been actually helping her now.
I completely deleted my island.
Yeah, so I've been helping her now, like do the stuff. And I don't know if you guys know how much stuff Sally has on my island just on the floor. So I was a 5-star island getting like the special lily of the valley flowers. And Sally has covered every single inch of my floor near my town hall with her things. So I'm probably down to like a 1-star island right now.
I have to come back and collect my stuff. But I'm doing my house upgrade so I can have enough storage to hoard all the stuff I left over there.
Yeah.
But I made sure. So before I left, I restarted my island. Sophia actually had a villager who was moving away. And that moment in the morning, I just spontaneously thought, you know what? Animal Crossing has become not fun because I'm so rich in the game. There's no value of money. There's no value of resources. So I felt like there was nothing to look forward to in the game except the special events, which isn't as frequent. So I decided to completely restart my island, like completely from scratch. But there was one villager on my island that I could not make it go to the void. So since Sophia had an empty plot, I told her, can you take Raymond and keep him for me for when I restart my island and I want him back? So Raymond's the only person from my whole island that I saved. I had lots of villagers that I loved. Like I had Judy, which is so cute. Sophia has Judy too now.
Yeah.
I had Filbert. I had Sally, which is, you know, my love of my life in Animal Crossing. But I literally completely like started it from scratch. And I've done a completely different island design. So initially mine was more like cottagecore, kind of a mix of cottage and fairy core.
You were kind of like now, forest woodland kind of feel.
Yeah. And then now I'm going to make my island completely urban with a park in the center, like Central Park. So like New York.
When we upload this episode, we should upload our dream addresses as well.
Oh, yeah. So I have updated my dream address to include the Aurora Borealis in my game. So it's not completely up to date, but that's what I have updated till then. But yeah, I can actually release my dream address if people want to see how crappy my island is right now.
People can look at my dream address and just look at my island because my island just looks like a
She looks like she's a treasure island.
my island just
I
looks
don't
like
think
one half of the island looks the same as the other half. It's like if you put a mirror in the half of my island, it'll look the same as the other half.
Sophia is very intimidated by terraforming.
It took me an hour to make a waterfall, so I'm not gonna do that again.
So her waterfall, it's basically you have the first tier on the bottom, the second tier, and then the third tier. It just trickles from the third tier to the second tier to the bottom.
No matter how much I tried to use that water shovel to make a waterfall, they kept saying, no, you don't have space for a waterfall when I clearly do have space for a waterfall.
You need like a one space in between.
Yeah, so I was very sad, mind you. So I'm not doing that again. I just kind of stopped because I'm at this point, I'm like, I don't have creativity anyways, and I'll probably ruin it if I do more. So I'm just satisfied.
So I think that was a common problem with Animal Crossing. Is that, you see people streaming, decorating their island, and their islands look like freaking fairy tales, right? Like, it's so creative, so beautiful. So people start comparing their islands to other people's that they see, and they're like, mine's never going to get to that, so what's the point of even trying?
Yeah.
Right? So there is this one person that I follow on Twitch. So what he did is he has his original island where, he terraformed. He did this thing, so he flattened his whole island and redid it from scratch, which he's still decorating till now, and it's been months, right? So he did completely from scratch, all terraforming and everything, right? But he noticed that trend where, people started comparing themselves to, like, islands on Pinterest and stuff like that, and how people got discouraged from decorating their island.
Yeah.
So what he did was he actually has a second switch with the second island, and that decoration, like the decoration of the second island, he's not going to terraform at all. So he wants to show that you can have a nice island without even having to terraform.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Which is actually a good idea. So my island is barely terraformed. I kept majority of it pretty close to how it was before. Because I also don't like terraforming. Like, I'm not a very creative person when it comes to terraforming.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Because you can take ideas from, like, Pinterest and take ideas from Instagram, but if they're not cohesive, it looks weird.
Yeah, that's true.
So everything I've done on my previous island and the island I'm doing now has been just from my head. I haven't been looking on Pinterest. I haven't been looking on Instagram. They're just ideas that I would think and be like, oh, this would be kind of cool to put in, and I would put it in my island. So I have no comparison for what I'm doing on my island with other people's.
Yeah, like, Animal Crossing is really fun, I feel, if you're very creative and you have such good ideas. But if you're always constantly in, like, a creative block like me, I can't find a way to even think about what to put on my island. It's just, so most of the time my island's a bit blank, and then when I get an idea, I'll do something. When I get an idea, I'll do something. But I'm not, like, not happy with my island. I'm pretty satisfied with how it is right now. Because I know I'll never get it to the point from where I see people on, like, streams or, like, on Pinterest or on Instagram. I know I'm never going to get it that far, but I'm just happy with where I am now.
Yeah. Like, that's why I don't want to even look at those boards, because I feel like I want something that pretty, and I know I'm not going to be able to achieve it. So I, like, don't even want to start comparing myself at all.
Yeah.
But, like, if you think Animal Crossing, so Animal Crossing, before they never had terraforming. So it's a newfound freedom that you get with the Animal Crossing that's available on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like the aspect of, like, just villager life and, day-to-day life, but you don't want the creativity of, like, terraforming and stuff, Stardew Valley is also a very great game that's similar to Animal Crossing in a way.
That's true.
Like, we've played a lot of Stardew Valley. I downloaded it recently, and I told Sophia, well, I can't play this by myself, so you have to get it too.
So, by the way,
so
I only got a Switch because Sally got a Switch, and I only got Animal Crossing because Sally told me to get Animal Crossing, and I only got Stardew because Sally told me to get Stardew. You kind of see a trend here.
But the thing is, I love games that you can play individually and also as multiplayer. So we do have like a co-op farm in Stardew Valley. So Stardew Valley is more of like a day-to-day chore where the time of the game is not influenced by real life time. So Animal Crossing is based on real life time clocks while Stardew Valley isn't.
Yeah.
I think in Stardew Valley, every 10 seconds that pass in real time is 10 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
So you can finish like a whole day within like maybe 20 minutes or so. But it's really fun because now I like having that pressure of you have to use your time wisely. Because your person automatically gets up at 6 a.m. and you have to, water all your plants and crops, which take energy, which you can also see how much energy you have. And the stores only open at 9. So you have to make sure you can do everything and drop by the stores you need to go to if, need to get like seeds or whatever to plant. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's a really fun game that doesn't require a lot of creativity.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the burden of having your farm having to look pretty if you don't want to.
Yeah, but Stardew is also a bit different because... Okay, maybe you should talk about the underpants part. Which sounds very weird out of context, but it will make sense very soon.
Okay, so there is this one quest. You have these quests that you have to do throughout the story. And one of them is the mayor in the town. His name is Lewis, right? Mayor Lewis. He sends you like a secret quest. It's like, hey, can you help me get some special shorts for me? And I'm like, what the heck? Why are you asking me to get your freaking pants, you perv? But if you find where those pants are, it's in the bedroom of the lady in the town who sells farm animals. So you're like, already? Do they have like a fling fling, right? And you go and you can't even access the door that's blocking where the pants are because you're not good enough friends with her. So you have to like increase your friendship. And she's such a freaking sugar baby because her favorite items are freaking like diamonds and stuff where it's like freaking expensive and you won't get access to them early on in the games.
Yeah.
Right? So I like crunched my way through and finally, I got those pants and just was a nice person and gave it to Mayor Lewis. But apparently Stardew Valley has a lot of these like hidden interactions that you can do. So first of all, the pants aren't just pants. They're freaking purple underwear, right? So once you're good enough friends with Marnie and you get the underwear, there are 3 different ways that you can like troll them with. So there's 3 different outcomes. So the first outcome is you be the nice person and you just give it back to Mayor Lewis, right?
Yeah.
The second one is if you continuously become good friends with Emily, who's the girl who works at the bar, she actually lets you use her sewing machine and you can thread the purple underwear with golden thread. So now it's a purple and gold underpants and you can wear it and you can talk to Lewis and Marnie and they'll give you like different dialogue and different interactions. So the one video I saw was one person wore the underpants, right? And they walked to Marnie and they clicked on her, to talk to her.
Yeah.
And you just see her jump in terror in the game because she's so traumatized that someone would publicly wear his freaking underpants, right? And the same thing happens with Lewis. If you talk to Lewis, he'll like jump up and be like, what the heck? You can't do this. Give it to me tomorrow or whatever. And the third outcome that you can do is what we actually tried doing. So we actually completed this one. So every fall, you have like a town fair where you display the crops that you've grown that year. You can play festival games and stuff like that. So you can bring up to 9 stuff to display in your little what did you grow this year kind of box thing. And you can actually display the underpants. So you can put the underpants like right in the center and cover it with like produce around the side. And you go up to Mayor Lewis like, oh, my box is filled. Can you like come judge my box? And then he'll come and like, look at everyone's boxes and you have to talk to him to get the final conversation. And when you talk to him, he'll be like, how dare you display something so private on a public display? And he's like, I'll give you 750 like tokens from the fair if you like remove those pants and give it back to me the next day. Obviously, we're not giving back the pants because I have to alter it and wear it to get the second interaction. But he actually bribes you to like remove the purple underwear from display. And that's not like the only thing you can do. Like apparently Mary Lewis, he has a golden statue of himself like behind his house. And if you pick it up and like place it in the town plaza, the next day he'll send you an angry letter saying private stuff are not for public display. How dare you do this? And he encloses like 750 coins. And when you go to where you place the statue's like gone. But you can actually sneak back into Lewis's house and take the statue back. And you can just repeat the cycle and just bully him all day.
Oh my gosh. So in our co-op game right now, so once I went to Marnie's like store, I saw that she had left her room, but the door was open. So I like ran in and grabbed the shorts, and I was like, Sally, hurry, come, the door is open. You have to grab the shorts now. So she like ran, and then she
ran as fast as my character could.
And she accidentally talked to Lewis, and then that triggered it to give the pants back to him straight away. So now Sally...
So I didn't get the fun stuff.
Yeah, so now Sally forbidding me to give the pants back. So at the fair that we did, like, she made me display the shorts. And now she's, like, making me keep it again until she can be friends with... What's the name?
Emily,
until she can put the gold thread in the shorts to wear them. So I'm just a bad guy now to Lewis. He'll probably never want to talk to me again.
Yeah, like, it's been... You get that quest in the beginning of spring. It's fall. It's almost winter. And I'm not letting Sophia give back the underpants because I have to wear it.
Yeah, like, she won't... Because in her other game, she's already done that quest.
Yeah, I can't start a new game just to do that.
And then afterwards, she found out about that thing. So now I'm forbidden to, give the pants back. That's how my life is.
Yeah. But I'm really excited to wear those purple underpants that's gold thread lined and talk to Marnie and Lewis.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, I guess.
It's going to be my best day. I'm going to be so excited when that day comes.
Oh my gosh. She'll probably record it and put it on her TikTok, I'm sure.
I am gonna.
Yeah. So after she's done doing everything she can with Mary Lewis with the shorts, she'll probably let me give it back to him.
Excuse me, can you call it underpants? Thank you.
Fine, underpants.
But, Stardew Valley, just because of the game itself, it's really fun. But the creators have put in those little small funny quirks that make the game even more, amusing.
Yeah, and...
It's so funny.
The thing is, for me, I do have my own Stardew account as well, but I don't really like playing it on my own because it's just so much more fun playing it in co-op mode that, I don't really play my solo mode as much. Because the thing is, Sally's so far ahead in her solo mode. Her solo mode's probably starting to get a bit boring because she has...
I have so much money.
Yeah, so much money, so much things. So it's like that time in Animal Crossing where you're just kind of plateaued and you're just doing the same thing.
But the thing is, they released the 1.5 update on the Switch, so now there's new areas you can visit. So I actually have a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. It's just that they need another patch because something didn't work right with the Switch. Some stuff aren't loading up on the screen. Yeah. But, I've triggered this one quest that has to be completed, in the summer. Because the first thing you have to give is you have to get, a shell from the beach on the summertime. Yeah. But my freaking thing is on year 3 winter. So I got to go through spring and summer to, kind of try to finish the quest. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. You have continuous quests that you can, do. I still have the quest of reach level 100 in the skull mines. And I still can't go because I'm too scared of dying.
Yeah, on my...
I've made it to maybe level 30.
On my solo one, I have reached level 50. But, when I get to level 44, I cannot find the ladder. And I'm just dying because I can't find the ladder.
Because that's the thing, the regular mines, once you get to every 5 floors, you can take an elevator to go to that floor and continue on your exploration. But with the skull mines, you can't do that. First of all, there's no elevator. And second of all, you can either find the ladder that goes to the floor below, or you find a hole that you can, jump through, but you don't know how many floors you're going to fall down. Yeah. But every floor that you fall down, I think, times 8 or something is how much damage you take in your health. Mm. So there's actually consequences if you jumping down the hole if you can't find the ladder. And all the monsters like freaking fly everywhere because there's like dragons who want to like kill you apparently. So I'm never gonna get to level 100 in the Skull Caverns. Like it's never gonna happen. But my next thing I want to do is become roommates with Krobus.
Oh my gosh.
I've befriended Krobus. I've befriended the weird man in the sewer. So BFFs for life.
Oh my gosh. Sally like plays games like so crazily.
I need to go to the extreme if I play these games. Like there's no normal way to play it.
That's true, but like since we talked about it, I hope we haven't scared anyone into not playing it because they're actually quite fun. If you
Really
if you
fun.
do get a chance, I would try it out. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, so just into perspective, Animal Crossing is like a full price Nintendo game, so depending on which currency you are, it's like I think $60. You can convert that however you want. Stardew Valley is like $20, I think.
Yes.
So it's a lot more affordable. So if you want to like choose two of the games, maybe Stardew Valley would be a chill way to start because you don't have that pressure of decorating, and it's a lot more affordable. So
yeah, and you can still play
with
with a friend that has the same game on the Switch. It's not cross-platform;
yeah.
They have to be on a Switch.
Yeah, it's just Animal Crossing. You're stuck with one island per Switch.
Yeah.
But for Stardew Valley, you can have multiple farms and have them all at different time points. So you can also have that as well, which is, I think, a lot better.
Yeah. So, you guys, if anyone wants to try, I would definitely try. It is a lot of fun. And I think we can do another episode because I didn't get to talk about Sims, and Sims is my life. So
I didn't get to talk about Rogue either.
We'll do one episode just with Rogue and Sims, because Sally could do a whole episode on Rogue alone, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can.
But everyone, thanks so much for listening to our episodes. It feels really nice to be recording again after my surgery. Please make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and on YouTube. Our Instagram handle is at Mixing Cultures Podcast. I hope everyone has a wonderful morning, afternoon, or nighttime, and we will see you next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.